afternoon. It is Thursday, August 21st. And I'm Bruce Leonard, and this is Bruce Leonard Leans Left while it's still legal. I don't know what's been going on lately. I don't know if Trump is fucking with the internet feed. But it's been very chaotic. Technically, the last couple days. I haven't been getting down here because of all the shit that was going on with my mom. What's up, Costello? And then when I tried to get down here and do a show, the internet started whacking out. And today it's all good. No drop frames. All green bars. I don't know what's going on. It's wacky one day and one day it's not. If you saw me come on a second ago, I tried to use the Verizon network, but it was crashing. So I switched back to the Ultra Fiber, and now that's working perfectly. I don't understand. I told you a million times, I'm not a tech person. So I don't know how this all works. Other than, like I said, Peter Thiel or Trump or somebody could be fucking with the feed. They don't like me talking. And I turned back on the Facebook. Apparently, the Facebook logs itself out after so long. I don't know why, and you got to log back in. So last time I tried to do the show, I went to Facebook, and it wasn't there. I'm like, hey. So if you haven't seen me on Facebook, that's why. And then, so I went and turned it back on. So now all three channels are going. Costello, check the Twitch. Should be working. It says 3 out of 3, so the Twitch should be on. Lives going on as usual. But I do want to emphasize what I said last time. Because not a lot of people are watching, and I only wound up doing the show for like 20 minutes. Because I fucked up my mom's ID somehow. It wasn't, I mean, I didn't kill her or nothing. But this nurse came over and she hooked up a flow through connector, and it had a hookup on the other side of it. And I wasn't here when the nurse came, so I didn't know. I thought, you could just hook to the flow through connector and it would work. And it did work, but it was working real slow. So it took like 2 hours or more for the bag to, empty. It should take an hour. So it was, that's weird because the other day, Costello, somebody would message me from Twitch. I don't even know who it was. They sent some link. I think it was some chick wanted me to watch her fucking OnlyFans stream or something. I don't know. It was very odd. It was some girl with a weird name. She said something about, this is the best place to view something, and then clicked and put a link up. It was like, I think she wants me to see her titties. Probably pay for it, It's like, but anyway, so I got back on after Julia was watching, and I managed to hook it back up, and it was working. So I don't know what that means. Why did the bot see it? If it's an error code, I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, so but there's bots everywhere, I guess. You don't know what's real and what isn't anymore. Except for the very real fascism that's in your face at all times. But I want to emphasize the point that I was making, because no one was watching the show. I wouldn't even call it a show. I had technical difficulties, and then I finally got it fixed. And then my mom was tripping because the IV didn't work. And I'm on the air, and she's yelling at me down the stairs like a bad sitcom. I don't know how it works. I guess I have to look into that. I don't know. I mean, we got it down to, it's 8500 kilobytes a second. It should be acceptable. But anyway, the point that I was making was, it's not, Trump is not the biggest disappointment of this whole situation. Like, we know what Trump is. We know who he is. We know what he's about. We know what he's trying to do. What's the most disappointing is how many people just laying down and accepting this. Like, I had military on the street. I was like, well, it's a crime, you know. What's up, kid? You know, it's like, yeah, there's crime. There's always crime. It's never not been crime. Like, do you think you need the army on the street? Not only the army, the FBI, the DEA. The DEA is out there walking around on the street. That, you know what they're not doing now? Fighting crime. It's like, they're all a cast of a reality TV show. That's what this is. It's fascist reality television. It's designed to get you comfortable with the military patrolling your streets. And so many bootlickers who are like, this is fine. Can you imagine being so racist that you'd be willing to give up your own personal freedom? As long as you see him flexing that racism around. I can't wrap my head around it. I just can't. I mean, I never could. I never understood racism itself because it's fucking stupid. It's like, I've had plenty of black people, most of them are pretty cool. Sure, there's assholes, but there's assholes of every kind. There were assholes that came to my club, black guys I didn't like. You know, he's like, he's a jerk off. He's always breaking the rules. He's, you know, you tell him a million times, don't be smoking pot in the bathroom or whatever, and he fucking still goes in there and does it. It's like, I don't even care if you step out front of my club and have to smoke all the weed you want on the sidewalk. Totally fine. You just can't be smoking weed inside the club because it's illegal and I can lose my liquor license. But no, jerk off's still in that bathroom. You gotta throw him out every other time he comes in. And it almost got in a fight with him out front. You know, it's like, the guy's an asshole. What, because he's black? No. Because he's just a dick. It's like, the fact that he's black is secondary. It doesn't have anything to do with it. All the other black people, totally cool. It's fucking stupid. It doesn't make any sense, you know. It's a construct of, I mean, it's easy to say it's a construct of white people, but it isn't. You know, if you go to Africa, these tribes, they fight each other. You know, they're both black. They look the same. It's like I was saying before about the Chechens and the Bosnians. Put a Chechen and a Bosnian next to each other, and they have this. They're both Yugoslavian. It's like, tell me the difference. There is no difference, but yet they'll kill each other. It's unbelievable. So it's not just a construct of white people. And white people, if you don't know this, if white people are so like racist that if there's no people of color around, they'll turn on each other, like the Irish and the Polacks, or, you know, they used to call Polish people Polacks and make fun of them and say how stupid they are, you know, because there was no people of color around for them to shit on, so they got to make a hierarchy of white people. It's like, it's elitist. That's really what it is elitism. You know, certain white people think that they're better than other white people. You know, and let's say, take England. You know, it's all English people, it's all white people, right? So what do? It's Catholics and Protestants. They had a fight. It's like they're fighting each other. In Ireland, same thing. You know, Catholics and Protestants and fight. They still fight. They hate each other. They're all Irish. All these constructs they don't make any sense. like I said before, it's left over from the tribalism when when you had to worry about the village next door rolling over the hill trying to take all your shit. And the world hasn't been like that for hundreds of years now. And yet, I mean, I guess that's not true. Because Russia just rolled right over the hill into Ukraine, didn't they? Speaking of that, how's that Ukraine peace deal going? Trump is such a diplomatic genius that Putin has bombed Ukraine more than ever since they had that meeting. And yesterday, bombed a U.S. factory in Ukraine. And what's Trump going to do about it? Nothing. Nothing. And they say, peace through strength. How fucking strong? He's not very strong. They're laughing at you. That bitch is like, Caroline Levin, like, the world respects us again, and Trump is using American strength to reinforce the... It's like, what? He isn't doing anything. He's doing what he always does. Growling to Putin and letting Putin dictate everything. It's getting played like a fiddle. Like a moron. It's unbelievable. And now, like I said, the military's on the street. Trump said, oh, he's going out tonight with the military. He's going to do some patrolling. Corporal Bone Spurs reporting for duty. Yes, he did. Julia, did you see what he looked? How come whenever Trump meets with Putin, when he comes out, he looks like somebody removed a vertebrae from his spine? He's all like hunched over. It's like, oh yeah, he's a pillar of strength. It's unbelievable. He's so easily manipulated. All you gotta do is tell him what he wants to hear, and he goes, yes. He says, oh yes, you won the election. Yes, I did. He said, oh yes, mail-in voting is bad, isn't it? Yes, it is. This is a guy, he says you can't trust elections. This is a guy who's been in power now for fucking 30 years. He hasn't had an election. Every time there's an election, like, oh, he won by 97%. All the other guys got, he was running against the guy, polonium poisoning, or they fell out of a window, or fell down the stairs. It's like, it's unbelievable. And he goes, oh, but Putin is a good guy. He told Macron, he wants to make a deal for me. Now, you know that Putin has had KGB training in how to manipulate people, but you don't even need that for Trump. You just tell Trump whatever he says it's true, and he goes, yes, yes it is, this guy's a good guy, I like him. It's like, and you watch Fox News or any of these, like I said, my mom, she can't help turn on the Fox News. She's hooked to it like a drug. Now she doesn't watch it 24 hours a day, but it's in her rotation of channel flipping, and she flips on, at 4 she'll flip on Will Kane, and at 5 she always watches the 5, and I don't know why I can't watch the 5 for more than 5 seconds before I want to vomit projectilely. Or I want to reach through the screen and I want to choke Greg Gutfeld or Jesse Waters by their little scrawny chicken necks. and I said this today, and I mean it. And it's true. And I'm not a violent person. Everybody who knows me knows this. But I said, if you're still MAGA after all of this, I'm going to go ahead and assume you're either in the Klan or you're Klan adjacent, or you don't mind the Klan. You're a Klan enabler. And if you fuck with me at all, I'm going to punch you right in the face. That's it. Period. So stay the fuck away from me. I don't want to hear your shit. It's over for you. Like, as far as me taking you seriously as a human being. You're not a human being. You're a soulless fucking meat bag of shit. Period. There is no compromising with these people. They're fanatics. If they had their way, they'd have you shot or round up in a camp. So to be like, oh, it's just politics, you gotta listen to his point of view. Fuck his point of view. You know what his point of view is? Klan shit. And like I said, not all people are like that, but if you're just sitting around not doing anything about this, you think that this is cool. Some people think this is funny. Wait until they put a white person in one of these camps, alligator Alcatraz or some shit, and then you watch them go, hey, what the hell's going on? And you're like, don't say no one told you. Because all of this is a prep for, you think they're going to stop at these people? Soon he's going to start going after the people he doesn't like, people that say things he doesn't like. You know, he's already tried. The courts have saved him, but the courts, the press, all these people are enabling this shit. I said today, but Joe Walsh was saying, you know, look at the Republicans are doing this, the Republicans are doing that. What is my new party going to do? You know, and everybody's talking. And I was like, you know, I think it's time that we seriously discuss the unfortunate possibility that we might have to fight these motherfuckers. Because they're not going to stop. This thing in Texas, it just shows you. You know, Trump knows that they're going to lose the election, right? He knows there'll be a blue wave and the Democrats will take over the Congress. And it'll stop his agenda in his track. Or, you know, at least they'll start doing oversight and stopping some of this shit that's going on. And so he doesn't want that to happen. So what's his solution? Cheat. Change the map. Well, what happens when you change the map? You're disenfranchising minorities. They're empowering. I think I said it the other day. It's like, let's say 30% of white voters in Texas. Right? The rest of the state are Hispanics or blacks, you know, minorities. But they don't have any power because of the way they're drawing this map. That's what you call racist. And there was a law to prevent that, but systematically they destroyed that law. And then, when you listen to them, they did this. And then Gavin Newsom goes, well, I'm going to do it over here. And they go, well, that's a power grab. It's like, well, what the fuck is what you're doing? It's not a power grab. It's a power grab. It's like, they're so hypocritical. It's okay for them to do whatever they want, but if someone else does the same thing, they go, oh no, this is unacceptable. Like, no, it's not unacceptable. As a matter of fact, you guys leave us no choice. You're going to play dirty, you got to play dirty. And for all the people that trash Newsom, now, Newsom is not perfect. Newsom's biggest problem is that he's a politician. He's always been a politician, right? So he was playing that game. Even earlier this year, he was trying to play that game where he was like, okay, we lost the election. Well, maybe I'll have Charlie Kirk on and I'll pretend like I agree with them on something, and, you know, or that time that he was like, well, I'm going to make a big show of like Trump and clean out a homeless camp. And maybe some of these right-wingers will come over to the, you know, and it's like, dude, I think he's finally realized these people ain't coming over. It doesn't matter what you do. So why keep playing that game? You're not going to get those. There ain't no crossover votes. Not with mega people. These people are fanatics, Nazis, Christian nationalists, racists. They're not going to come over to a Democrat, no matter what this Democrat does, to try to kiss their ass. And again, all that does is pull the Democratic Party to the right, which alienates the most of the base, which is people like me who lean left. That's always been my biggest problem with the Democratic Party. Is they became Republican light. We need to go back to the way it was, and I think that Newsom has figured that out now. He's like, fuck them, we're going to play dirty, we're going to punch him in the mouth, you know. And if you ask me, he's the only one that I've seen that has the balls to stand up and do this. Fight them on their terms. And to me, what else you going to do? Who else you got? You got somebody else? I mean, Bernie's always been there, but they fucked Bernie over too. Like, that's when they started losing the leftists. See, we had Bernie. Bernie would have won. Bernie could have been the president. But they made that deal with Hillary, and they said, "Oh, we gotta honor our agreement with Hillary." You know, like they didn't expect Bernie to rise up like that. So they fucked over Bernie. And that's when you started to lose the leftists in the Democratic Party. If you look at the statistical trends, that's when the Democratic Party started unraveling, going downhill. Because, like I said, they lost the leftists. And the leftists, whether you want to say it or not, are the major wing of the Democratic Party. But see, they always want to try to ride the line, stay in the middle. There is no middle now. It's war. It's not literal war yet, but it could be. I still do not discount that. These people are not going to stop. Period. They're fanatics. And now that they have their hands on the power, they're not going to want to give it up. And the real question is, where is the line where people say this is too far? Because so far, there hasn't been one. Trump has violated the Constitution numerous times already, and nobody cares. Republicans just, they just let him go. No, he's a pillar of strength. And they say they're not Russian agents or Russian assets, and yet everything that they do benefits Russia. Yesterday, Tulsi Gabbard said she's going to cut 40% of the intelligence community. It's like, Vladimir Putin couldn't have done this more himself to destroy us. Yes, Juliet. She says, when I imagine what this country would be like if Bernie was in charge, it just makes me cry for what we lost. Everyone, including most conservatives, would have been so much happier. Yeah, you got universal health care. You got all these things that they demonized and said they were all so bad. Now what do you got? They cut all your programs. They're spending money to deport people in ICE. Christy knows something about ICE needs a fleet of planes, their own planes. It's like, how much money do you think they're going to spend on this? None of it is going to help anybody. They're just burning money in a dumpster. For racism. For racism. Stephen Miller's out. I still don't know how Stephen Miller doesn't pop a blood vessel in his fucking head every time he talks. I can't imagine being that miserable, such a miserable cunt, that every day you wake up. No wonder his wife left him. I mean, I can't believe he had a wife. I mean, she must be a real winner. She was like, oh, well, who else could I fuck? Elon Musk. She's a Nazi fucker. What they call it? Like chicks that fuck comedians, call them chuckle fuckers. She's a Nazi fucker. It's like, well, find me another Nazi. It's unbelievable. And yes, people would have been happy. But see, Bernie, he's a socialist. It's just like what they're doing to Mom Donnie. Like, oh no, we can't have this Mom Donnie. He's a socialist and a Muslim. Oh no. You know what he is? He's American, bro. America is a multicultural country, no matter what you want to say. That's what I find the most hilarious thing about it. Is these racists, they still want their tacos and burritos. They still want Indian food. That's like they you just drive around and still want Chinese food. You know, what are you going to do when they run off all the people? We'll be back to eating fucking biscuits and... And like today, right? Cracker Barrel is losing money, right? So Cracker Barrel's like, we're going to rebrand, you know. And so what did? They just took the old white dude off the thing, and now it just says Cracker Barrel. That's it. And the whole, we ain't easily triggered like you snowflakes people are like, oh my God! Cracker Barrel's woke! It's unbelievable. How fucking stupid it is. This is a dumbass country that's going to collapse under the weight of its own collective stupidity and ignorance. And other countries don't respect us. You listen to her, it's like, oh, they respect us. Yeah, go pick up a foreign newspaper. They don't respect us at all. As a matter of fact, where they got all them trade agreements? What's his name? Lutnick was on some show, and he says, and the guy asked him, when will I be able to get like some papers of these agreements so I can read the agreements? And he's like, oh, that's not common, you know, because you know what that means? There is no agreements. They don't have any. They're making this up as they go along, and they have no idea what they're doing. Meanwhile, prices of everything slowly rising. Groceries not slowly. Pretty quick. No one cares. No one cares. Nobody said anything. So I said, like, it's about time that we change the national anthem. Because we are no longer free or brave. People is laying down for this shit. For an old man clown, reality TV show star, a man who bankrupted a casino. Bankrupted a casino. Every time I hear that, I'm like, that's unbelievable. Not very fast. Then people's like, oh yeah, he's going to fix the economy. He couldn't even run a casino. The house always wins, except at Trump Tower. You think people in New Jersey were like, man, we got to go to Trump's casino, man, we're always winning. Fuck, man, these slot machines are fucking on fire. He probably didn't even know how to run them. How do you bankrupt a casino? How's that happen? There needs to be a deep dive on that. Like, how did that occur? Because that's unbelievable. There's casinos in Las Vegas. Circus is still going. And everyone bankrupt. The El Cortez, the original casino in Las Vegas. It's down on Fremont Street. It's not even on the Strip. Still open. It's the place where they train Bugsy Siegel on how to run a casino. It's still open. Never went bankrupt. It's not even on the Strip. Why? Because the people who run it aren't fucking morons. And again, Trump just walks out He just spews a bunch of bullshit lies and nobody says anything about it. They go, oh, the president said this? Yes, totally not true. The president, I don't care what the president said. You know what? Because he's full of shit. How many lies do you have to tell before your word? It's the same as these deals. You want to know when he makes a deal with Trump? Because I said it before on this show. Because you don't make a deal with somebody who's just going to shit on the deal tomorrow or the next day when you do something he doesn't like. His word isn't worth the shit. Just like the sanctions he was going to put on Russia. If they don't have a ceasefire, 2 weeks, put sanctions on them. Then he has a meeting with Putin. And they have and he has a meeting with Putin. He comes out, oh, well, we don't need a ceasefire. And those sanctions, forget about it. He hasn't done a damn thing. Meanwhile, he has that meeting. Putin ramps up the bombing. He's bombing the shit out of Ukraine more than he ever has after this meeting they had. Did Trump say anything about it? No. Trump's going out on the street with the military in D.C. And they go, peace through strength. There is no peace or strength. The entire administration is alternative facts, otherwise known as bullshit. They're all manufacturers coming back, they said. Meanwhile, they lost thousands of manufacturing jobs the last couple months. What manufacturing is going on? Kentucky's like, oh, they're going to make a washing machine. Play it. Oh, that's going to save the country. Meanwhile, he's going to cut off all the wind and solar. And we're going back to burning coal. You seen that hurricane that's off the side of the East Coast? It's fucking humongous. It's bigger than Texas, they say. And it became a Category 5 overnight. Not that it went back down, but I'm saying it went from tropical storm to Category 5 in like 24 hours. And they're trying to tell you there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Julia said, Rich told me back when Dum Dum first ran in 2016 that he played in a band that had a gig at his Atlantic City casino. His name was on the check. I asked, did it bounce? He said no, thankfully. I'm surprised because Trump's known for not paying people either. So is Musk now. I told you that, right? Musk owes hundreds of millions of dollars to contractors in Texas who helped build the infrastructure that he needed to move Tesla to Austin. And then he just fucking shafted them all. That's the real Doge. You go, how you cut down expenses? You just don't fucking pay them. Thank you for your work. Where's the check? It'll be in the mail. It's like, this guy's almost a trillionaire. He can't pay. This woman had to file bankruptcy because she spent like over $100,000 to doing all this work. And then when it came time to get paid, Musk fucking stiffed her. And so she had to file bankruptcy. And she's holding on to all these bills. And the system allows this to happen. As a matter of fact, the system is designed to shield people like Musk from people like her. So rich people can just run over anyone and destroy them if they want. It's totally illegal. As a matter of fact, here's another tax cut. Guy needs more tax cuts. If you give him a tax cut, will you pay those people? Oh, no. Nope, he won't. What's the deal? The deal is that the system is fucked. So here's something I read that's interesting. I'll read it for you. It's I saw it today. It it says, in order for capitalism to work, you need a permanent underclass of people who work shitty jobs for no or little pay and live shorter, shittier lives. And you need them to pop out babies. Babies you force them to create and birth, who are trapped in the same circumstance, like slavery. And that is 100% correct. The system is designed to enslave you. Oh, dude, this fucking guy. How to upload your videos to... It's true. The system has always relied on indentured servitude, slavery itself. Once we had a civil war, got rid of slavery. What did they do then? That's when they started the prison labor thing. They need free or cheap labor to keep the system running, which is the most ironic thing, because where did you get the cheap labor now when there wasn't slavery anymore? Immigrants. And now Trump wants to run them out. Where are you going to get the cheap labor now? Going back to prison labor, I guess. And they're building more and more prisons. Why? Because they lock up a bunch of people. And then they'll tell them, hey, you want a nicer time while you're here in the prison? You can sign up for work detail. You box golf balls for Titleist. For $5 an hour. Or some ramen noodles and Little Debbie cakes. Because you're in prison. I mean, you take whatever they give you. It's the system itself that's fucked. No one will tell you that, because I said the whole lifetime of propaganda shoved down your throat tells you how bad everything else is. And then you look around like Europe, you go, well, they got kind of socialist countries over there, and it's not really, they seem pretty free and happy. And, you know, you see all these surveys go, hey, people in Norway are happy as fuck. You know, it's cold as shit up there, but you know what? They got free education, they got free health care, they got housing assistance, they got all these things. They're happy. And they see it. Oh no, we get out of here. You go, hell man, you want that Canadian health care? You gotta wait in the waiting room for. Have you ever gone to the emergency room in America? You fucking wait a long fucking time. If you don't have insurance, even longer. I remember when I broke my arm. I broke my arm when I was in 3rd grade, I think. I fell off the swing set, being an idiot. And I fell right down on my wrist, broke my arm. And my mom took me to the hospital. I sat in that hospital. I'll never forget that. It hurt so fucking bad. You know, you're just a little kid. You're like, this fucking hurts. And you're sitting in there for 2.5 hours before they even come see you. It fucking hurts, man. It's 2.5 hours just sitting there. Man, imagine if you were in Canada. Well, I'm fucking waiting here. Most of these things that they tell you are bullshit. That's what I'm saying. Like everything else. You would think that after all the propaganda, my entire life, they're like, marijuana is the devil, it causes people to do crazy things, and it will supports terrorism, and if you smoke marijuana, you'll be shooting heroin into your eyeball. Next thing you know, and after all that, they made marijuana legal. And what happened? Nothing. Because It was always bullshit. People fall for bullshit all the time. It's unbelievable. No, I'm sorry, your kid's sick. Don't worry, RFK's got it under control. Oh, brainworm Bobby. He's got it. It's really unbelievable just how fucking dumb this country is. It's dumb. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I'm so over it. If I could, I'd leave today. I really don't want to live here anymore. There's just too many ignorant assholes in this country. I was watching, I already seen it before, but I was rewatching, was Don't Fuck With The Cats. And, the guy that got killed by the cat killer dude, was Asian. And his friend was like, he was gay. He was like, he wasn't openly gay. He was like, that's why he came to Canada. Because it's an open and accepting place. Liberal. And I was going, God, I want to fucking go there right now. I want to live in an open, accepting place where people aren't dicks at all times. You know, the majority. Now, there's dicks in Canada, like Tom McDonald, of course, but they're the minority in Canada. I bet that makes him even more, like, shittier. That's why Tom McDonald is putting out a video every fucking day, because he just wakes up like Stephen Miller. I can't imagine living like that. Being that full of hatred and bile and racism that you just wake up every day. Stephen Miller's been yelling and screaming like this for 25 years now, 30 years now. Like, and he's got the power now, and he's worse than he ever was. It's not like it. There is no end game for these people except for extermination or elimination. You know, extermination might be big. I mean, if it was up to Stephen Miller, he'd round up every brown person in this country and put them on a plane and get them out of the country. If it was really up to him, he'd probably have them all round up and shot. That's what they really would like to do. And I don't give a fuck if you can say whatever you want. You shouldn't say that. You shouldn't talk like that. It's the truth. If you don't believe that by now, if they could, they'd just fucking kill these people. Because they're Nazis. And people have been saying to me for years and years and years, oh, you're blowing it out of proportion. You know, you're crazy. You're the crazy. They try to gaslight you and tell you that you're crazy. When you call them out for what they really are. It's just like the alt-right. Don't you understand? That's what the alt-right did for years. They'd say like racist and Nazi things until you said, oh, you're a Nazi. And then they'd say, oh, you're so like a part of you. Well, what they're doing is normalizing their twisted Nazi ideology. And making it seem like, oh, this is just politics. You know, it's not just politics. It's not. These are fascists and Nazis, mega racists who want to whiteify the country again. Or white nationalists, Christo-fascists, whatever you want to call them. They hide behind the veil of religion, too. We're Christians. That's what the Klan said, too. Christians, we're good white Christians who... We don't have anything against these mongrel races. What do you hear when I read that? the Klan manual that they were handing out. They literally said that. We don't have anything against the mongrel races. We just believe white people are better. This is political opinion. It's not a political opinion. It's racism. Period. That's what it is. Julia says, aren't they already exterminating some folks? Flying halfway across the ocean with a load of people, turn around, coming back empty. Yeah, they dropped them off to Seacott prison. Black hole prison. Venezuela had to get their people out of there. And they did. Thank God, what I'm saying. They just took a bunch of Venezuelan people, took them to that prison, just dropped them off, and left them there. If nobody did anything, they would have spent the rest of their lives in that black hole prison for doing nothing. That gay hairdresser, people like that. They weren't criminals. It's just like this DC thing. They're not doing anything. It's a bunch of fucking National Guardsmen, Army, FBI, DEA. They're all standing around the Lincoln Memorial and shit. There ain't no fucking crime there. It's a show. It's a reality show designed to make you comfortable with military patrolling your city. And you turn on Fox News, they're all for it. They're all for it. That's the real gaslight. When they say, we're patriots, we're all about the Constitution, and you know. And what, Julia? I didn't hear about this. What do you mean, open water? I didn't hear about this. I guess I have to do some research when I get off here. You're claiming that they flew a bunch of people over open water and then turned around and came back and the plane was empty? What, you think they just threw them out? Well, that's what Pinochet used to do. You know that, right? That's where the helicopter memes come from. Pinochet would just get a bunch of people in a helicopter and fly them maybe over the ocean or whatever, or to some mountain where there's a big canyon, and they just throw them out of the helicopter. It's like Augusto Pinochet. I'm sure another of Trump's favorite. Fucking, he's a great leader. Yeah, no, I haven't heard that story. It wouldn't surprise me. Like, the corporate media has really dropped the fucking ball. You know, like I said, it was like the white nationalist fascist government took over the country, and the corporate media normalized it immediately because they didn't want to lose access to the Grand Wizard President. It's like, if they speak up like Terry Moran did, they get axed. ABC fired him for calling Stephen Miller what he was. A little fucking Nazi prick filled with bile and hate. What is he then, if he's not that? You tell me. Stephen Miller's a good guy. You just don't know him like I do. Meanwhile, he's on TV. I'll say it again. These people are Nazis. Now, they don't wear a fucking swastika on their arm, and they don't, you know, but their policies, their view of life, you know, everything. They're Nazis, man. Elitist Nazis that think they're better than everybody else. And that they have the right to do whatever they want. Which includes eliminating as many brown people as possible. Any way possible. I just never thought, I mean, I guess I never, I was going to say I never did, but I always thought, like I said, I had a lot of faith that people in this country respected freedom and what this country was supposed to stand for. And now I see that people will just give that away. It's all been bullshit. The whole, we need a Second Amendment to protect us from a tyrannical government. They're like, well, there's a tyrannical government. That's what I voted for. You know how many times I've seen that? This is what I voted for. To give away your own freedom. You, oh, they mean I'm legal. It's like, oh, yeah, please. This is just the beginning. Did you see what they did in Texas? When the Democrats returned from Texas, they all had to sign a permission slip to leave the congressional hall and say that they would have a state marshal chaperone to follow them around to make sure that they come back to work. And this black lady said, I ain't signing this shit. And they locked her up inside of the Congress. They kidnapped her, basically. They withheld her liberty of movement because she wouldn't sign their bullshit paper. And you're telling me that you're a patriot that cares about freedom? You can go fuck yourself with that shit. Because you gaslight yourself at that point. Like I said, I have a lot more respect for people who are like, this is what I voted for. I'm a bootlicking fascist. They go, well, at least you're honest about it. You know, these people that act like they're normal. I'm just a normal person who happens to have an alligator Alcatraz hat, t-shirt, and I'm not racist. I drove 150 miles to take a picture by this because I find it to be so fucking, you know, it gives me a boner, you know, to think that these brown people are locked up in this place. But I'm a normal guy. Like, they're not a normal guy. You're a fascist asshole. MAGA itself is the antithesis of what America's supposed to be. They want to take us back to before the Civil War, where white people ran everything. Which means they'll draw the map, they'll gerrymander the people of color right out of existence in representation. And so the Congress is all white. Because who's going to get eliminated? People of color who are in Congress. That's who. To be replaced with bootlicking white people who will do anything Donald Trump says. Like, that's what he wants. And when you try to stop them, they go, oh no! This is an illegal power grab in California. It's like, what is it in Texas? It's just the way we do things. It's like, and I need to remind you one more time, if you don't know, that after the Civil War, Texas didn't free their slaves. That's what Juneteenth is. And people showed up, and they were still working. And they're like, hey, you know you're free? What? No one told us? It's been 2 years. Still been slaving. Why? Because Texas didn't tell their people that they were free. Because Texas is a racist shithole. And always has been. Where did Texas come from? Racist white people stole it from Mexicans. That's how it happened. Sam Houston or whatever it's It's unbelievable. Mexico fucked themselves though. They invited them. They were like, yeah, these settlers come. They can. I don't think they realized what they were doing. It's like they made a deal with the devil. They're like, well, the settlers will take care of the Native Americans, you know. Like, yes, but as soon as they're done with that, they're going to turn around and take care of you. And they did. It's like, they did the same thing in Texas. that we did to the Native Americans when they actually won a battle, right? Mexicans won the Alamo, killed all those people, and then they were like, "We gotta get revenge." See, there's one. Questel, we got a bot. Smooth Texture Girl, 329K. He says, cheap followers on streamboo.com. Smooth Texture Girl, 329. That doesn't sound suspicious at all. But I'm getting comment from from Twitch that's not even running, apparently. The internet. It's wild. It's like, I said, you don't know what's real or what isn't. That's why you can't look at the comment sections anymore. Because you just read through them. You're like, half of it is bot. Like, where either trolls from Russia or they're bots. You're like, Trump is the greatest thing ever, baby. Yeah, I'm sure that there's a whole army of, Trump bots somewhere that are just fucking, like I said, putting comments everywhere. This is the greatest thing that's ever happened in this country. They lie. Just today, on the 5 again. He says, restaurant reservations and shit are down. CNN's on, going around Washington talking to these bar owners, talking about no one's coming in their bar. Why? Because there's a big checkpoint out front with the fucking army and blocking the fucking, traffic. No one's coming in. They're like, if we don't have, this guy the other night said they lost $18,000 on a Friday night because nobody came in. And then Trump comes out, there's restaurants, clubs doing better than they ever have. It's like, they're not. It's bullshit. It's not good for your business to have the army camped out front. The other night, I saw this video where the army was pulling, helping this drunk girl. You were like, oh, they're fighting crime. Are they? Just helping a drunk girl. It's like they're just hanging out on the street. Doing nothing. It's a show. It's a reality TV show. That's all this administration is. Every day, it's a reality TV show. Mad. Well, because the kid has strep? I'm sorry. They said, good thing you don't have polio or smallpox or all the other shit that's coming back because of RFK. Did you hear about the radioactive shrimp? Walmart had to recall some shrimp because it was contaminated with radioactivity. It's like, I don't know where it came from. It's like maybe they sucked him up to Japan where that nuclear reactor melted down. Either way, how it got to the shelf. Where's the FDA? It's gone. Buckle up. They said, you're not safe. You're not safe in any way. When they gut the intelligence agencies by 40%, we're not going to be safe. When the DEA and the FBI are walking around participating in a reality TV show on the streets of Washington, D.C., and the other half of the FBI is chasing down like people that Trump doesn't like. You're not safe. Yes. Is Charlie's show on Saturday? Costello? He invited me to it a while back, but I forgot. Speaking of that, we got about 4 or 5. Speaking of that, we got about songs. They're not finished, but I mean, we got pretty solid ideas for songs. Now, the band is coming along pretty good. I think if we can avoid any kind of craziness, we might be able to play out by the fall or early winter. I said it's been coming together pretty good, considering that we only practice once a week. Yeah, please tell John if he's gonna go to text me, because I'm gonna go. I told Charlie I'd go watch his band. I support my friends. Julia says it's only a matter of time for they infiltrate the small rural communities like mine. I'm just saying, other countries are not going to share, are not sharing their intelligence with us already because they can't trust Donald Trump to keep anything secret. And then now they're destroying all of the apparatuses that we have to protect ourselves, and the other apparatuses that we have to fight crime and shit he's using for bullshit like this. Yeah, I'm going to go for sure, Questo. I told him already that I would. I just forgot that it was this Saturday. I'm sure he would remind me, but thank you for reminding me. Yeah, like I said, my band is coming along pretty good. So I said, hopefully by the fall or early winter. And we have like the practice space that we have is set up like a studio, and everything that we do, we record and I can listen to, but I won't put it out like that. But which just means that we could probably make our own record, which we probably will. So once these songs are finished, we'll start recording them, and when I get a good recording of something, I'll put it out. Anyway, I have to go now because it's been an hour. But remember what I said. Don't be one of these people. You don't have to lay down for this. And you shouldn't. And every day that you do, we're going farther and farther down a path that we cannot return from. So, you know, it's going to take sacrifice from everybody. You know, and if you have children, I don't have children, so I'm lucky. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like part of me could be like, well, you know, I'm older, I don't have kids, fuck it, you know, let them destroy the country, you know. And it's hard not to succumb to that, because it feels like a lot of these people don't care if the country is fundamentally altered forever, you know. And I find that the most disappointing and sad part of this whole affair. Don't be those people. Stand up, do something, fight. You know, I said, I'm gonna go work for Massey. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I love each and every one of you for watching the show always, and I said thank you for being here. And we made it through without a fucking crash or the internet going out. So thank you. I'll be back on Saturday. I haven't talked to Danielle. I'm going to talk to him. I'll try to get him on Saturday. So just keep your eyes open. I said I'll be back Saturday at 6. I am Bruce Leonard. This is Bruce Leonard Leans Left, while it's still legal. And I thank you for watching, and I love you guys. Good night.